there, welcome to Eye on Ireland. I'm Neil Elworthy. In this episode we're going to visit Colclough walled garden right beside the very famous Tintern Abbey. No, not the poem we learnt in school, but the real, genuine abbey in County Wexford. Alan, hi, how you doing?
Pleased to meet you, Neil.
I'm just after coming down the old gardener's path through this lovely forested area. But this isn't natural, is it?
No, this is a surviving example of parkland landscape from the early 19th century. Mr. Rose was the last head gardener here, and he lived just about 200 metres from here. So this was the pathway he would use every morning to come to work, to tend the garden here. The beech trees here, although 200 years old now, would have started off as very small trees. The beech retains its leaves in the wintertime when young, so it would have provided a nice autumn colour.
Right, come on, let's go through the magic door and let's see the rest of the garden. Alan, when you come through that gate into this walled garden, I hardly expected something like this. It's like the Teletubbies have just gone mad. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's a Georgian wall garden. It's 2.5 acres in size, and up to 4 years ago it was completely overgrown, and a local company called Hook Tourism decided to restore it as a visitor attraction. And it very much split into two sections: ornamental here that we're in at the moment, and then beyond the kitchen garden. And its purpose was to provide fruit, flowers and veg throughout the season for the Colclough family who are living in Tintern Abbey, just 200 metres away.
So what state was the garden in when you found it, and how long did it take to bring it back to its former glory?
It had been abandoned to nature, and it was completely impenetrable, I suppose. An awful lot of people who lived here were surprised that there was actually a wall garden here because they were coming down here for maybe the last 20 years. But the walls were covered in ivy. There was no way to get into it, and even if you did get in, there was no way to move through between briars and laurel and sycamore and ash, alder, things that are just self-seeded. We started originally with a volunteer programme. Up to 50 different people volunteered in the early stages, and we're very lucky to get lots of help from all the government departments.
Tell us a little bit about the variety of plants that we see in this particular segment, because this would be the more formal end of it.
So in this ornamental section, everything is laid out very neatly and tidy, but it also has a productive purposes. Along all of the walls, various fruit trees are planted. So on the warmer wall here, on the south wall, it's peaches, pears, apricots and nectarines and grapes, whereas on the cooler walls over here will be morello cherries, and on the intermediates then it's pears and apples. The flowers that are planted look well as you walk around here, but also then have a purpose that they needed for cut flowers over in the abbey. So long straight lines with a lot of the same variety planted, so that if you walked through you could see how nice the flower beds are here, and if 40 or 50 flowers were taken from one particular row, you wouldn't notice because there's such a profusion of flowers.
I see there's 5 white bridges in a row as we stare down the gardens here.
Yeah, there's a stream which flows through the garden. There's 5 bridges where the paths cross over. This bridge that we stand on will remain pretty much intact, whereas all the others were in various states of decay. The bridges were plastered white with lime mortar to draw attention to those bridges. Just in the abandoned village a little away, the stream flows through. There was never a bridge there. If you wanted to cross from one side to the other, you had to use stepping stones or get your feet wet.
So here we are in the kitchen garden. It's a stark contrast, obviously, to the formal garden that we're just after going through. Tell us what we see here.
It's nearly 1.5 acres in size. This large section here is where the main crop vegetables are grown. And again, the function is to supply Tintern Abbey with vegetables all the way through the year. Up on this south-facing wall here, behind this row of apple trees here, they can grow early vegetables. On the cooler wall down there, they can grow late vegetables, and by using that combination and then preservation methods, they can provide the family with food all through the year. We have in early potatoes here. The varieties there's British Queens. It's in this part of Wexford. It's really the only potato that people grow. Beyond then is peas and beans. 200 years ago, the The barony next door to us, the people from that barony were called the bean eaters because they grew beans in such profusion as an alternative crop to barley and wheat.
I love your Wickerman effigy. Where did this come from?
Yeah, this is Barbara Kelly's Scarecrow. We were funded by Wexford County Council under the Arts and the Community Scheme. It was basically a week-long project whereby Barbara showed 10 volunteers how to weave basketry. He's made into 3 different sections. And essentially, he's a basket.
A bit of a basket case, yeah.
Basket case. There's 3 surviving trees from the original planting. An apple, a plum, and here we have a pear, which dates from the 1820s. Yeah, so while this pear tree is 180 years of age, these fruits obviously are this season's growth. The blossoms has just fallen off them now and they're just starting to swell up there, so it'll take a couple of months for them to ripen.
What an amazing garden. It really is a testament to all the volunteers that got stuck in to bring it back to its former glory. We hope you'll like this video and like and share any of the videos that you see on this channel. If you have any local stories that you want us to cover, drop us a line. All details are at the end of this programme. And until next time, for Eye in Ireland, I've been Neil Elworthy.